It's officially fall and the weather's getting cooler. Because of that, we're going to spend most of our time indoors, so stay tuned if you guys want to learn how to make some loungewear. The pattern that we're going to be using today is the Simplicity SA947. I'm going to be doing view D, but I'm going to use the pocket from view C as well. You're going to need some kind of soft sweatshirt-like material. Luckily, Joanne has a whole section that's dedicated to loungewear. I'm choosing to use rib knit for the cuffs and the neckband, but you guys can use your regular fabric as long as it has some stretch to it. After cutting out my pattern pieces, I like to iron them on a low setting with no steam to keep it flat and to get rid of the wrinkles from the packaging. When you're cutting out your pattern pieces, you want to make sure you take your time and use some really good fabric scissors. This is going to save you a lot of time in the long run. Don't forget to transfer any markings from the pattern onto your fabric. This is going to help with alignment later. If you're not adding the pocket, you can skip this step, but the first step is to prepare a pocket. You want to fold over 5/8 of an inch on each side of that pocket, and then you're going to iron it flat. Once it's ironed flat, you're going to take it over to your sewing machine and you're going to sew down the curved edges. This is going to act as the opening for your pocket. After you're done sewing those openings, you're going to take your pocket and align it with those markings that we transferred from that pattern piece. After your pocket is pinned in place, you're going to take it to your sewing machine. You're going to sew the top, sides, and bottom of that pocket on. I'm choosing to top stitch this with matching thread, but if you guys wanted to do a contrasting color, you could do that as well. Now that our pocket is sewn on, we're going to lay our front piece flat, and then we're going to take our back piece and align it at the shoulder seams. When you're doing this, you want to make sure your fabric is right sides together. When you're aligning the shoulder seam, you want to make sure the markings that we marked earlier align. Now we're going to take it over to our sewing machine and we're going to sew both of the shoulder seams. Now we're going to attach our sleeve. We're going to attach our sleeve to the outer side of the dress. With them right sides together, we're going to align that dot that we made in the center of the sleeve with the shoulder seam. And then we're going to also align the notches that are on either side of the sleeve. Once that's done, you're going to pin the sleeve on. You're going to make sure that you slowly pin it on so everything's nice and flush. Once it's pinned, it should look a little something like this. Now we're going to take it over to our sewing machine and sew that sleeve on. Now that both sleeves are sewed on, we're going to take our dress and we're going to put the front and back right sides together. Now you're going to pin your front and back together at the sleeve and the side seam. Once they're pinned together, you're going to take it to your sewing machine and you're going to sew from the top of the sleeve to the bottom of the dress. Next, it's time to prepare our neckband and our cuffs. To do that, we're going to take our pieces and we're going to fold them right sides together. We're going to pin the ends down and then we're going to take it over to our sewing machine and sew it together. Next, we're going to prep the waistband. So to do that, you're going to take both of our waistband pieces and you're going to lay them right sides together. Once they're together, you're going to take them over to the sewing machine and you're going to sew both of the side seams together. For this next step, we're going to pin on our neckband and our cuffs. To do this, we're going to take our pieces and we're going to fold them wrong sides together. Then we're going to align the notches that we made on the band, and then we're going to take those same notches and align them with the notches that we made on the dress. Now that the neckband is pinned on, we're going to take it over to our sewing machine and sew it on. As you're sewing, you want to make sure you're stretching that neckband just so it's the same width of the fabric on the dress. We're going to repeat that same step with the cuffs. The instructions call for you to gather the sleeves, but because I'm using this rib knit, gathering is unnecessary. You're going to take your cuff and you're going to place it on the outside of your sleeve. Once it's over that sleeve, you're going to align the notches that you made on the sleeve with the notches on the cuff. After you've aligned those notches, you're going to take your clip or pin and you're going to clip it together. After that, we're going to repeat that same step on the other side, and then we're going to sew it on the same way we sewed on the neckband. The last step is to sew on that waistband. To do that, you're going to take your waistband on the outside of the dress and you're going to align the bottom of that waistband with the hem of the dress. You're going to align the notches on the waistband with the notches on the dress, pin them there, and then you're just going to sew it on. As you're sewing, you want to make sure you stretch that waistband just a little bit so it's the same size as the dress. Alright, are y'all ready to see how the dress turned out? Ta-da! It turned out so cute, y'all. This dress is super comfortable. Here you can see the neckband really good. I like how the rib knit is a good contrast to the softness of the sweater. And then here you can see how the sleeve turned out. I really like the rib knit contrast, so I suggest you guys doing that if you can. If not, then you can use the same fabric of the dress. I'd really love to see if you guys decide to make this dress, so follow me on Instagram and TikTok and tag me if you do. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!